This day was one of the craziest days of my life.
One night, one try, hey.
What's up? My name is Sawyer. This is my YouTube channel and hi. Squeaky chair. Hi. It's been a little bit and I'm gonna fix that. Poof! Gone. So, in my I Met Why Don't We video, I mentioned the time I met Christina Marie, and you guys said that you wanted me to do a story time about it, so here I am. When I say this experience was insane, this was only the second time I had the opportunity to meet you guys. And all the craziness of the story happened because of you guys, so thank you for the amazing experience. If it wasn't for you guys, it probably wouldn't have happened the way it did. So much like we did in the Why Don't We story time, I had to do a pretty good bit of traveling to get to the event. We live in Alabama, and the closest stop that Christina had was in Dallas, Texas. So we called my aunt to see if she wanted to go with us and drive, since my mom and I are too chicken. So we drove halfway to my aunt's house in Louisiana. And the next day we woke up early to leave again. So we're on the road for about 4 hours that morning, and I'm on my phone while I'm in the car just chilling. And a couple of you guys are already asking me where I'm at and how long it's going to take me to get there, since there's already kind of a line forming outside. You guys were telling me that the doors were going to open soon, that we're going to start letting people in. So we're on the road for a little while, time goes by, and then I'm getting some more tweets from you guys telling me that the doors were open and that they were letting people in at this point. So it's getting closer and closer to time. I'm pretty sure the actual show itself started around 12. So we finally arrive, and I'm getting a little nervous because we're late and everybody's inside, like there's nobody outside in line. Pretty sure it was like 12:02. So my mom, my aunt, and I walk up to the door. You can already hear Christina from outside. She's talking on the microphone like she's already on the stage, like the show has already started. We walk in and we're kind of standing behind everybody because like the door's back here and the crowd is right here and Christina's up here, so like we're behind the crowd and as they're looking to Christina on stage. This lady walks up to us. She worked for the venue, and we gave her our ticket so she could give us our wristband so we could watch the show. And at this time we were a little late, so all the seats in the crowd were full, so we just kind of stood in the back just to watch the show. The show was really great. If you didn't get to go to Christina's No Filter tour, you missed out. Hopefully she'll go on tour again, and then you can try to go see her again because it was a really good show and she's really nice. Christina is hilarious. During this segment of the show, Christina was pointing to a big screen and showing like tweets and pictures and old videos and stuff, which drew my attention to the little area kind of below the screen. It was kind of roped in, and I think there was a few people, like possibly her family, kind of over there in a little roped off area, maybe even tour workers and stuff. After that segment of the show, Christina pulled a few members of the audience onto the stage to play a few games. They did like a dress up game and then like Q&As and all kind of stuff like that. The Q&A was with the audience, obviously. So she asked people to raise their hand, and a lot of them did. She was answering questions, and this one girl asked a question from the back of the room, so Christina got off the stage and went to bring her the microphone so everybody could hear her question. So everybody looked back at her. This kind of made me really happy because I saw some of you guys turn around and like wave and smile at me because you saw me, and I thought that was pretty cool to me. Actually, I'm pretty sure one of you guys took a video of me. If I can find it, I'll insert it here.
Okay, Diana and Beta, hello. What is your question?
So after a little bit, the show ended and Christina went backstage to get ready for her meet and greet. So I turn and I'm talking to my mom, and then my aunt tells us that she needs to go outside. So she leaves, and I'm still talking to my mom. And my friend Casey walks up. We talk on Twitter a good bit. She says hi, we take a picture, and she asked me if I could film a video for our friend Ruthie, who is really nice, since she couldn't make it to the show. While I'm filming the video for Ruthie, I look over and I see there's these two girls standing behind Casey while I'm talking to her. And I'm like, oh no, like we're in their way, I need to move. So I finish the video, and the two girls get a little bit closer, so I smile at them and they walk closer and ask if we could take a picture, which is really cool, but I'm like really shocked because I wasn't really used to like being able to meet you guys. I had only had the opportunity to meet you guys once before this, and that was at the Tampa show in June. So I'm talking to them after we took the picture, and then I noticed that there's a few more people behind them kind of in the same spot. So they asked to take pictures too, and I'm just completely in shock. Like, what? I come to meet Christina, and there's actually a lot of you guys there, and it was insane. It's really cool to me when I get the chance to meet you guys. I don't know, I just love it a lot. So while I'm talking to them, my mom kind of like moves over a little bit to like kind of get out of the way, and I see that there's like a small line forming, and then I'm like, oh, okay. So I smile and look over to my mom, I'm like, oh my god. So I'm still talking to you guys, and the line still kind of gets a little bit longer. So the lady that came up and took our tickets for the wristbands comes up, and she asked if we can move over a little bit so that they can prepare for Christina's meet and greet, which is kind of where I was standing. So I said, okay, and we moved over. I noticed that the line was still getting a little bit longer. And the lady that works for the venue leans over to my mom and asks, is he a YouTuber? My mom smiles and told her yes. So she walks away and she comes back and she's like, okay, let's move this over here to this little area out of the way. There's a, like, it's like a little platform kind of thing where there's like stairs and like it'd be a little more organized than it was now. You guys were coming up the stairs and I'm taking pictures and talking to you guys. And I'm just like having the time of my life because I wasn't expecting this to happen. I was expecting to see Christina's show and like meet her and like because I'm a fan too. And there was a lot of you guys that wanted to meet me. So if we've ever met like in person, thank you, because it's such a cool experience for me like to get to see all of you guys that watch my videos and support me and stuff. And yeah. So the lady comes back to the little platform thing and she notices that the line got a little bit longer. So she kind of like puts her hand, I'm sorry, we have to stop this. And in my head, I'm starting to freak out. I'm like, oh God. It says, come on, follow me. And I'm like, oh snap. Like, I'm thinking like I'm in trouble or something, like I did something wrong. So my mom and I followed this lady down the stairs and like past the line of you guys. And I'm sorry if I didn't get to say hi to you. So the lady takes us to this like little room, like close to the stage, but it's like kind of beside it. So when we get in there, there's this blonde lady and she greets us. She's like, hi Sawyer, how are you? I'm Jen and I work with Fullscreen. She'll be here in just a second. And I'm like, hold up. Wait, what now? Skinny Legend Jen? Like if you know who Christina is, she's talked about Skinny Legend Jen all the time. So she nods and I kind of like freak out in my head. Well, maybe a little on the outside too. If you don't know me by now, I'm a huge fanboy. Hi, my name is Sawyer. So I look at my mom and I ask, what about Aunt CJ? And she says, I think she's in the bathroom. So I kind of sit back and I'm like, just kind of thinking a little bit, like, cause it's what's happening? And then I'm like, hold up, did you say she'll be here in a second? And she's like, yeah. I was like, who are you talking about? And she says, oh, Christina. And then I'm like, what now? This was the first time that I got to meet Christina. So the door opens and my aunt walks in. And I'm like, hey, and then like I noticed there's somebody behind her, so I look, and it's literally like Christina just walks in the door with my aunt, just like it's whatever. And Christina's all like, hey Sawyer, I was just talking to your aunt in the bathroom. I asked her if she was enjoying the show, and she told me that she was here with her nephew, and I was like, oh cool, what's his name? And she's like, Sawyer. She's like, oh, I just got on the phone with Fullscreen. He's about to come in my green room with us, so let's go. And so she tells us to follow her, and then she kind of goes up these little stairs, and I think it's called the Rabbit Hole. I've never heard of that before, but that's what the green room is called at this venue. So I'm saying like, is this actually happening? Like, what now? Like, what? So we get into the room and Christina sits down at these two chairs. She points to the and she's like, here, sit, let's hang out for a little bit. So I sit and she starts telling me about when Fullscreen called her. She's like, yeah, Fullscreen just called me and they were telling me there's a YouTuber out there getting mobbed. And I thought you were my friend Gabriel, which is hilarious to me because I'm friends with Gabriel too. I just filmed a video with him. But I had already asked him if he was going because he lives in Texas. And he had told me that he wasn't going to be able to make it to the show because he was in California. She's like, so I asked them who it was and they said it was this kid named Sawyer. So I was like, yeah, I see that kid on Twitter all the time. Go ahead and send him in. And as she's telling me this, I'm just sitting here kind of like mind blown. Like, what now? Like Fullscreen knows who I am? What? So she has to feel like doing YouTube. And I was like, yeah. She's like, well, it sounds like you're kicking ass by the way it sounds like out there. And I'm just like, what? So I asked her if we can film a little clip for my vlog, and she was so polite, and we did, so here it is. What's up? You'll never guess where I'm at.
Hey!
Who I'm with. Yeah, I'm with Christina. She has like the best channel ever on YouTube.
Heck yeah!
And she's on tour, and you should go check her out. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah, guys.
We also took a couple pictures.
Oh, no, you're good.
1, 2, 3. And I even asked her if we could do a boomerang. So Christina, if you watch this, I apologize for being so kind of like fanboy-y, but it was my first time meeting you and I was just wanting to remember it as much as possible. So thank you for being so nice and allowing me to kind of fanboy a little bit. So then it was time for Christina to go do her meet and greet part. So she's like, okay, come on, follow me. I'll put you in front of the line. So we follow her and then I open the door and you guys are cheering for Christina. And the lady stops me, she's like, here, you just sit here, and she points at the little roped off area that I mentioned before. And so I'm sitting there with my mom, and then Jen comes and she sits down while Christina's doing her meet and greet, and she's like, so yeah, you do YouTube? I say, yes ma'am, I'm just not as well known as Christina. She's like, it's okay, you'll get there one day, you're doing really well already. So my mom and I sat and talked to Jen for a little bit. We took a picture with her. So Jen, if you're watching this, which I'm pretty sure you are, I got your permission to talk about it anyway. Thank you for being so sweet to us. That was one of the cool parts of the experience. So after the line finished and Christina was done with her meet and greet, I walked back over to talk to Christina again to kind of say bye and like do my little meet and greet part. So we filmed another little vlog clip for my vlog.
Hello guys, I'm taking over Sawyer's vlog at the No Filter Tour in Dallas, and we're chilling. He's the last person in the venue, but it is okay. We had an awesome ass time. It was great, and yeah, but hope you guys enjoyed his vlog. Make sure to subscribe to him. Ciao, ciao, chickies. Mwah.
And I was telling her about the wreck because when I was going to Playlist Live Orlando, on the way there, my mom and I got into a car accident, and I was telling her that the only reason I think I was able to go to this show is because I didn't get to meet Christina at Playlist because I had originally chosen her meetup and I was supposed to meet her at Playlist and we didn't get to because of the wreck. And she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So after that we said goodbye to Christina and Jen, and my mom, my aunt, and I got into the car, and I was just kind of sitting there. It's really funny because you can see it in my clip. I was just kind of laying there like, did that really just happen? And then I get a notification on my phone, ding! So I look at it and it's like, Fullscreen Live followed you, and I was like, whoa. Like, that's cool. So yeah, that was my experience meeting Christina Marie, or Beautychickee, whatever you want to call her, at Fullscreen at her tour. It was crazy, so thank you to Christina, Jen, and Fullscreen for the experience. It was one that I'll never forget. And also thank you to my mom and my aunt CJ who helped make it happen. That's the end of the story. I just wanted to tell you guys the story because it means a lot to me and I wanted to share it with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great year so far. It's only a couple days in, but yeah, I hope you're doing well. I love you so much. Keep going, and I'll see you soon.
Into one night, one try, hey.